if you've never been to a protest before, you know, if you're a little bit shy of it, this is a very relaxing, calm place to be. It's not intimidating. Everybody here is very friendly. Come on out for a couple hours a day, whatever you can. You know, they're happening all across the country, so wherever you can, come on out.
Speech crimes.
Speech crimes.
You know, these guys are over here being peaceful, but look at these misogynistic, hating Nazis, or, you know, homophobic, genderphobic, whatever it is, people, and it's just not who we are.
No.
And, you know, a majority of people that come out and they interact with us and they're like, wow, you know, it's not what they've been led to.
They get a raise, we get a 23% tax hike. How is that fair?
Yeah, you get
Did we vote for that? I didn't vote for them to get a raise.
No.
The last 4 years, look what's happened in the last 4 years. You know,
5 raises in 4 years. Like, come on.
How can they justify that? They work for us.
I'm Jay, by the way. You are Paige and Wayne, and you're together. Yeah. Okay. I'm Jay, by the way. You're Byron. Yeah. And
this is my daughter,
Maria. And this is my wife, Karine. And we were just asking you about your story of what brought you to the protest, the carbon tax.
The carbon tax protest. Everybody's affected by the rising rates that our government keeps subjecting us to.
I'm Jay. You are
Dale.
And Shauna Lee.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. This is my wife, Karine.
Hi, Karine.
Hey.
We're being taxed with our working living, like our paychecks, taxed at the grocery stores, taxed
on tax.
That's right. And there's got to be a point where it needs to come to an end. And if it doesn't really, what's the point in working, right? What's the point in having a life and living? We're eventually not going to be able to afford everything, and that's not what people want.
But Trudeau was just in Calgary.
He was here too, and he never came out. He comes to protests once in a while. Maybe not this one.
Maybe not this one.
I don't think this one would have been his thing.
Didn't he bend the knee at a protest sometime? I thought I saw him bend the knee at a protest during the lockdown. I'm pretty sure I saw that. I'm sure there's footage of him bending the knee at some protest. Yeah.
His type of protest. But
I guess he didn't want to meet with the people.
I know, but he's the guy that says China should be allowed to protest, right? Trudeau, China, of course they should be allowed to protest in China. Yeah. But in Canada?
No protests allowed here.
No.
I would love nothing more than to turn my flag back around to have Canada.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really would.
Yeah. And I think that's what people are saying, but you know, he's not moving on this. He doesn't seem to be moving. How do you feel about that? He was just here in Calgary. He had a chance to come out to this protest.
Oh, he would never. He wouldn't come out when we went to Ottawa. He didn't have the kahunas to come out and meet anybody, or even send somebody out.
Yeah, like even send out Chrystia Freeland. Chrystia Freeland's from Alberta.
Majority of people that I've met, oh my goodness, we are working blue-collar individuals that get up and go to work every day, bust our backs on jobs just to pay tax. And then we come home, we go to the grocery store, more tax. You know, go to fuel up our vehicles, more tax, and it's not never ending. And I don't want to leave that kind of future to my kids. So, you know, it takes us all standing up, and here we are. You know, we're doing a barbecue to feed as many people as we can.
Tax 2024 with your signature.
Hello, Luna. Are you looking for a burger?
I'll put my wife's name at top there, and
sure.
She's gonna say I forgot.
Did you notice how he put it up top?
Yeah.
He put it first. He's a smart guy.
There you go.
There's people out there that just don't get it.
Yeah.
They just don't get it, because it doesn't matter. I'm going to pay carbon tax. You're going to pay carbon tax. They're going to pay the carbon tax. To go by here because we're fighting against a tax, another tax on top of tax, and we get that enough. And yet they'll go by here. They'll give us a thumbs down, they'll give us a finger, whatever. Well, you know what? Why don't you pay my share of the carbon tax? If you don't think we pay enough, then you pay my share.
Okay, so you got a sign.
Yeah.
Talk to the sign, because you spent some time on that. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I just don't see how making all Canadians poor is going to really solve any problems in the country.
Yeah. Did you have a flip side to it?
I do.
Oh yes. Carbon tax is 0.04% of the atmosphere. which is true because I looked that up the other day.
Yeah, and I don't think a lot of people know that.
No.
I think they think it's, you know, because when you hear them talk about it on the news and you hear politicians talk about it, in your head you're probably picturing some high percentage because they don't tell you a percent, you have to look it up.
And they don't even, it's carbon dioxide, it's not carbon.
I know, right? But carbon's the flashy word now for some reason.
But the one thing that I find the government hates the most is when people come together and share that information. Because we could have someone across our province a few hundred kilometers away that doesn't know what's happening and doesn't realize why they're getting taxed so much off their checks, taxed so much at the grocery store, at their utility bills, you name it, we're getting taxed. And they're able to share that information with other Canadians, and you know, that's where it stops of them saying, hey, wow, they don't want this, they didn't sign up for this.
There's a few blank stares as they go by because they're not sure why we're here. You know, that's why it's important to have that sign so they can, what is this all about? They can go home and Google it a little bit and say, what's going on there?
What's going on beside the road just on the way to Banff?
And why are there upside down Canadian flags? Like, you know, people think that's disrespectful. That's not disrespectful. That means our country's in trouble, you know, where that's an SOS.
In distress.
In distress.
And no business is going to eat any tax.
No,
one's
They
going to
just
be
raise the
unprofitable.
It's same with the fuel prices. For me driving truck, our fuel prices go up. So we charge the customers and the clients more to haul their freight. So they have to charge the little man, the consumer, more to buy it and sell it to make it.
Because you're not going to operate at a loss.
No, exactly.
It just goes down the line, so it's not going to change any of these businesses' ways of doing anything. They're just going to raise their prices and we're all going to suffer from it.
You know, it used to be that the tax initiative was implemented during war times, and it wasn't supposed to succeed past that. But yet here we are, generations later, paying every year, going up in taxes, and it's coming to the point where we have to stand, because even our younger generations, they're not going to be able to afford much, let alone a home. It used to be, even back 20, 30 years ago, a man would be able to create a living off of one working wage, be able to afford a home in Alberta, be able to pay his bills, pay for a vehicle, and provide a comfortable living, and have a little bit of a nest egg on side, take his family on holidays. Not so much anymore.
We love carbon.
You love carbon? Here, get.
Most definitely.
We love carbon.
Right?
It's good for greenhouses, it's good for trees, it's good for plants.
Yes.
It's good for humans.
When they say
Keeps
they're going
us
to go
alive.
net zero carbon, well, that means we're all dead.
That means dead. I don't think people understand that.
Net zero.
Net zero.
We want to get it down to zero.
Well, you can't. Anything you start getting under 0.2 and things start dying.
Well, like, it's the erosion of the middle class, right? Because you're either going to be rich or you're going to be poor, and there's not going to be.
You're going to be in a house, or you're going to be in a tent.
And I mean, there's more and more of those going up across the country.
Oh yeah, they don't seem to draw a correlation between what they're doing and people living in tent encampments.
I wonder, are they going to like walk around the tent cities and ask them for their carbon tax? You know, like, how are they going to make sure they're getting it from them?
And that's right across Canada, the same Métis flag, or is that the Alberta one too?
No. There's a red and white one and a blue and white one. One's going to represent the east, one's going to represent kind of the west. But even in Ottawa, there is a beautiful Métis museum right side out of Parliament, and it's right to the right of it, and it proudly flies our ancestral flag.
You know, I've been conservative my whole life, right? And when you get conservatives that are taking they're getting their raise. Meanwhile, they're taxing the heck out of us again. The same day that they bring in this great big tax, they go ahead and take a pay raise. Why doesn't one of them conservatives, not one of them, stood up and said, you know what, I'm not going to take my pay raise because everybody else is struggling. Why should I be benefiting so much and they struggle? But they don't care. That's because they're part of the system, and it's just one big club and none of us are in it, right?
The day before I crossed Alberta Saskatchewan Highway 1, and I think I crossed at 6 o'clock, 5:30, and they were all gone. They were done for the day, so I figured Lloyd would be the same. But no, they're camped out just like we are here.
They're not going anywhere.
No, they got their trailers out there staying for the long haul. So.
Yeah.
That was nice to see.
Yeah, it's nice to see that some people are giving her, getting her done.
Yeah. The RCMP there doesn't like it because I was in my rig, so I slow down and I had my flag out the window and I lay on the horn the whole way through. But as you're doing that, the RCMP pulling behind me and they escort you out of the area because they don't want you stopping.
Oh wow!
You betcha. They're just sitting there being warm.
Yeah.
We'll throw more on.
I know food brings them out.
It does, yeah. You know, and that's the same thing with everything.
Yeah.
Food brings everybody together.
Brings everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's something to say about unity of people coming together. It definitely shows there's no lack of love and companionship between us fellow Canadians.
And people are hurting. Like, can't pay their rent. They can't feed their families. You know, they can't have another 23% tax. It just can't happen.
No.
And that's if they're on a pension, you know, like for retirees and stuff like that. How do you live? You can't. You know, but they keep saying, well, you know, they either got to pay the rent or they got to eat the food or whatever the place. And that's exactly what it is. They want everybody get ass broke and can't afford nothing, and you're going to be happy. Get that one.
Well, you can't just blot out generations and generations that have relied upon it. Even Indigenous and Métis and European settlers all across Alberta. We all heat our homes off of fossil fuels. And you know what? It comes down to it. It's he's trying to blot it out. It's going to affect all of us.
And even Danielle Smith, or one of her.
They would never come out. They just,
The MLAs even. Just an backbench MLA from Calgary. Or even from Cochrane or Turner Valley or Banff.
Where are they?
Yeah. So they haven't been out.
No.
So no politicians have been out.
Nope.
So you've been out here
We came out Easter Monday, the first day, and then we made it back here today.
So yeah, because we all have to work to pay the carbon tax.
We do.
Otherwise, we like living inside. So JR, like JR Ewing. Oh, hey, I'm Jay, by the way.
I'm James.
James?
Nice to meet you,
Well, thanks for signing your code. Well, the least I can do is give you one of these. My name's on the back. We make videos too, so pick one. There you go. That one's a good one. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thank
Been
you.
my pleasure, sir. And I always like to say it to everyone, man. Stay safe, stay free.
Yeah. That's and we don't stay free unless we participate in protests like this from time to time.
100%.